Right now, I'd like to share with you 6 safety tips that you need to know before bouldering. One of those tips is going to be how to fall when you're actually bouldering. Most of the time it's unavoidable. You're going to do it a lot when you're bouldering. So really learn to love falling, but also learn how to do it properly. Another critical tip is knowing where you're falling. So you want to make sure you clear your fall zone, clearing any water bottles, chalk bags, other shoes, things that someone might have dropped accidentally or left behind underneath your fall zone. So clear your fall zone. Another aspect is going to be to identify the edge of the pads. Make sure that the pads are underneath you. Make sure that you know where the outside perimeter of the pads are. If you're doing a big dynamic movement, you're going to be jumping, make sure you identify the whole range of where you could potentially fall. If there's mats that can be drug around on the floor, make sure you properly bring those underneath you when you're climbing. So identify where those pads are. Another safety tip for bouldering is just being aware of the inevitable strain that bouldering puts on your body. The nature of bouldering is very dynamic, it's very powerful and gymnastic, puts a lot of strain on your muscles. So really make sure you're properly warmed up, you know the types of climbing you're going to be doing, don't rush into it, go really easy on your fingers, things like that when you're starting. So be prepared, bouldering's hard on your body, so just start to warm up nice and casually, take your time getting into it. Don't go too fast out of the gate. Another tip is going to be to make sure that you have a spotter. Make sure that you have someone that's there to properly spot you. Make sure as well that you are offering spots. It's a great critical part of safety while bouldering. And finally, make sure that when you're bouldering, you look out for other climbers. A lot of the boulder problems tend to crisscross. They might swap directions, one passes over the other. So if you start a boulder problem at the same time that someone else does, make sure you're not about to collide in the middle, or also that you're not going to be jumping and landing on someone that's starting a problem. So be aware where other folks are climbing. And those are 6 safety tips to get you started bouldering.